Hello Aries, thank you for tuning in to this week's read. For this week, I'm going to center on the message, what does your heart want you to know? For the tarot portion, I'm going to use the Bonefire Tarot by Gabby Angus West. For the supportive oracle cards, Wisdom of the House of Night. And on the back here is who's by. If you look them up on Amazon, you should easily find them, but in case you want that information, there it is. Alright. What do we got here? Alright, I'm already shuffled, so let's see. Alright, so they're all upside down. Not that that's a problem. I find it ironic that I want them all upside down for some reason. But we'll find out. Doesn't mean this is bad. I want that there. Can you see that? Maybe not. I'll put them more into frame after. This is face down, that's face down. So let's first get them into frame. This can go over here. That can go down a little. This can go over a little. This can go over a little. Definitely bring that in and bring this in. Okay, so the top is you, the bottom over here is the environment you're dealing with. It does seem very situational. And I'm noticing you got a lot of, like they're all upside down when it comes to the tarot cards. That's not bad. That doesn't mean that's bad. So, like the King of Coins, or the Knight of Coins, excuse me, upside down here in the environment. But the reminder is almost like somebody is starting to fail at something. Somebody's starting to fail here. And I feel like it's starting off with like people complaining or somebody not wanting to do something. Somebody like getting very bored with the situation, but the reminder here is also saying like it's not falling through yet. Still feels like the Knight of Pentacles is still going forward, but it's almost like barely making it. It's almost like things are technically getting done, but they're getting done just enough to say that they got done. It's almost like bringing the food to market, but it's kind of like when it gets there, it's not in the best condition. You know what I mean? It's kind of like that. Like they're technically doing it, but they're not doing the best job they possibly could. They're technically opposing to what they agreed to. The reminder is saying that they feel like they have to, but it's just like it's like not doing it very well. Just kind of like doing it because they feel like they're obligated to or have to. Six of Wands reversed on your side. Six of Wands is usually like a success card, having a little bit of foresight, but it's reversed. I don't feel like this is negating that for some reason, and I'm trying to be sure. I almost feel like when I'm seeing this card for you, I really feel like you're fighting a little bit, which is normally the Five of Wands. But it's almost kind of like somebody else, the way they're handling something is causing you to, it's causing you to lose out on a victory. And I feel like you're seeing it. I do feel like there might be a few words exchanged here. There could be. But it's almost like you're realizing the situation will fail. I feel like this is foresight. I feel like this is more foresight. Like the situation will fail the way this is going. And it's almost like even though somebody is technically doing what they agreed to, they're technically, achieving the rules. They're making the grade based on what is supposed to be here. But it's not working. You're having the foresight to realize failure is coming. Failure isn't here yet, but you have the foresight to know it's on its way. The way this is going is not going to flourish. It's not. It's barely making the grade now, and it's not going to get any better in the future. I feel like what your heart is trying to tell you is like when you notice this, Eight of Swords reversed is saying release yourself from this bondage. Release yourself from feeling like you have to be a part of this. Because I almost feel like somebody else is also trying to say, well, I'm holding up my side. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do, so you can't go anywhere. You got to do what you said you would do too. But I almost feel like this is kind of like, I'm sorry, but when they're, just because they're technically making the grade or they're doing just the bare minimum, I feel like that's a breach of contract in my opinion. And I feel like that's your foresight to like, no, I don't need to go down with the ship. That's an old-fashioned thought. I'm not going down with the ship. I don't see the point in why I would go down with the ship. I'm not going to go down with the ship. they're saying release yourself from that burden. Release yourself almost from that contract is what I'm getting. Like if the situation is starting to fail, doesn't mean you have to hang out and fail with it just because you said you'd stick to the end. I feel like this is time. Well, you said you'd be dedicated to the situation, but you were also like, well, they have to put up their end of the bargain. If they're just kind of like showing up to work but not doing anything, quite frankly, there's no reason for you to be there either. They've got the Fool reversed with the Oath. The Oath is face down. Whatever's going on here, the Reminder and the Oath are really making me feel like it's just like a half-ass effort. I really do think that's what it is. It's almost like technically someone is just barely holding on. It's like they're showing up for work and really not doing anything. But they're like, well, yeah, but I'm here. I punched in. I was here on time. I mean, I'm here. So, but it's almost like they're just running in circles. Like I used to actually had to work with a manager like this. They literally did nothing, but ran around in circles all day. It was just, I still don't understand how they got away with that. But that's another thing. But I feel like that's this energy. It's kind of like they're showing up. They're there. They're technically making the grade. They're there on time. They're signing things. They're getting reports done technically, but they're running in circles and they're just making confusion around them. They're not, like the reports they're doing are crap. They're not really getting any results. The people around them are failing. The people that are supposed to be leading are failing. Like it's that bad. And I feel like that's what's going on here. Like they're technically still showing up, but the Fool card reversed is like they're pessimistic. They're just kind of like, well, I'm showing up because I have to, not showing up because I want to. Again, that your heart is telling you, if you're feeling this now, start looking for something else. If it's situational, again, whatever it is you're dealing with, your heart is telling you, like, you don't have to go down with the ship. There's no reason for that. Start looking for your out now. You feel it. You're seeing it. You're seeing the writing on the wall. You're nowhere near the only person that's unhappy is what I'm getting. Release yourself. The Eight of Swords reversed is saying it's time for you to release yourself from this. That's what your heart is saying. What is this card that's face down? Understanding. Yep, understanding. The Queen of Wands reversed. All right, so. Okay. So. I find it interesting that the Queen of Wands reversed has a purpose. It's probably going to sound really crazy that I'm saying that it's not bad, but because this is what I'm feeling is happening. I'm getting this very clearly. When it's time for you to leave this situation, whatever it is, I'm getting you're going to really fry somebody. And you're going to be like, well, this is why I'm leaving. Boom. And there it comes out. And it's not nice, and it's not pretty. You'll notice it says understanding here. This is not about you sugarcoating things. This is not about you trying to understand what's going on around you. Like, oh, I understand. They're thinking this is pessimistic. There's no reason for it, but they did, whatever. Having understanding for that, that's not what this is about. That is not at all what this is about. What I'm getting is when you blow up about it, because I feel like when you leave, you're going to really fry some people. Like, I would have stuck around, but just because people are showing up, that's not going to keep me here. People are failing. People are not doing what they should be doing. And I'm not going to sit here and sink with the ship. You guys can sink with the ship if you want to, and that's your problem. I'm out because this is ridiculous. Understanding is like when you're flat out frying people, you're letting the cat out of the bag. You're like, this is what I've been seeing. This is what I've been dealing with. This is why I haven't said it till now. This, like, you're putting it all right out there. It's not pretty, but it's very to the point. It's very sharp, and it's kind of like you're giving this situation an opportunity to actually heal. You're leaving it. But the gift that you're leaving behind is like, it may be very ugly the way you say things. I have a feeling it's going to be quite harsh, but it has an impact, and it's giving a lot of facts and a lot of reasons. And you know what? It's giving the opportunity to the situation to correct itself before it really does fail. I feel like it's a gift you're leaving behind. You were giving somebody else the understanding, like what's really happening behind the scenes, what you've been seeing, and maybe other people have not. And this is their chance to fix it, because the Hanged Man reversed in the environment is kind of like, it's a little bit of stagnation, I'll give you that. It's still stagnation even though it's reversed, but it's kind of shaking things up, and it's kind of like, the Hanged Man, if you reverse this card, if you just look at the gravity of the situation, normally he's like this, and he's hanging from that tree, right? so he can't do anything. But you flip that around, he's on the ground. He'll fall and he'll hit the ground. If the gravity reverses, he'll fall and he'll hit the ground, or if like the ground is here, he'll fall and hit the branch. He'll have an opportunity to release himself from it. That's the point. I mean, it's a guy on this one, but it doesn't have to be. This gives that opportunity. They may not be able to move right away, but it gives them the opportunity to release themselves from this problem and maybe clean some house and fix the situation. Ironically, I don't think it would have happened unless you left, because when you leave and you kind of fry people over what you're seeing and what you're unhappy with, that's why it has its impact. That's why. And I feel like your heart is literally saying, you don't need to let this drag out. There's no need for it. Start looking for something else now if it's a job situation, or start looking to change your life now. You don't have to drown out with this. You don't have to put up with this any longer. I feel like that's what your heart is saying. Because I do feel like there's a few of you feeling like you're kind of conflicted about walking away or changing things. Your heart is saying there's no need for that. Don't let yourself be trapped into this. There's no need for it. And that's it. All right, I'm going to shut this down here. I hope that helps. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, please remember to either email me at jamesforastral@gmail.com for current pricing, or I'm currently on my Instagram at James13Wicca. Just go to my Instagram. I should have it posted there what my current pricings and options are if you're interested. Thank you very much again for watching.